Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Inferno TV's coverage of Arizona sports. Today, a wonderful one. It's Lambda Chi Alpha taking on FIJI. It's Tempe frat intramural basketball for the Intramural Basketball Championships. Sure to be a great one on this beautiful day in Tempe, Arizona. With me, Liam Cohan. I'm Cash Money Versailles. How are you doing today, Liam?
Doing great. I'm anticipating a really good competitive game here. I mean, frat basketball is always a fun one to watch, right? You have no idea which way this game's going to go, who's going to come out quick, and maybe even see some beef starting here. You never know what goes down in the frats. But Intramural Championship, obviously the biggest game of the year for both of these teams. Lambda Chi, I believe, is the overdogs in this game over FIJI. FIJI is just looks to be a little – actually Lambda looks like the shorter team out here. But from what I've been told, FIJI doesn't have the toughest squad, but we'll see if they can put up a strong fight today in this championship matchup here at Desert Financial Arena.
Tip-off just a few moments away. Taking it is Campbell Hovind and J. Robert Sneed.
And Hovind's going to win this one. He's going to win that back to Owen Myers. Myers going to dump it back to Thomas McMahon, and we are underway at Desert Financial. Lambda starting off with a quick offense here. Ball in the hands of Saram, and wow, quick dunk right away. Slamming that one home is number 4. That's Campbell Hovind.
McMahon to Hovind, the beautiful alley-oop, playing it like it's 2K.
And a nice block right away for Lambda. That's Logan McGow. And Lambda just comes out firing. McGow now is going to drive again. Spin move. Draws the foul. Can't finish. He'll go to the line for 2.
And Hovind, we're almost a minute in, and he's everywhere. Won the tip-off, had the slam dunk on the alley-oop, got the board just there, and it's already looking like it's going to be his night as he's off to an electric start.
Yeah, a really fast approach here from Lambda, and it seemed like FIJI was trying to meet that approach, but just that was the big body of Logan McGow, who makes the block on the defensive side and draws the foul while he drove on the offensive side, and now he's at the line shooting his second free throw. Second one's up, and it's good. It's 3-0 Lambda. Really quick into this game, and FIJI is going to start their second offensive drive up the court. It's Parker Overoth. Overoth finds Feist. Feist dumps it off to Sneed. Sneed now working on McGow. He stops, and it's blocked again, this time by Campbell Hovind, the name that's been said 4 times already in the first minute and a half of this game. Driving for Lambda now, and kicking it out was Owen Myers. Letting one loose is Hovind, and that one's nowhere near.
And I think Hovind needs to stick to sitting in the paint because that one maybe 3 feet away from the hoop. Tough one for Hovind, but still looking like an early case for game MVP.
Yeah, I mean, definitely got a little confidence boost. Was feeling himself, trying to throw one from downtown, but just can't connect there. FIJI now, it's Parker Overoth trying to start an offense here and put some points up for FIJI. FIJI kicks it out here. This is Kronvich, and he won't make it. Foul called?
Yeah, foul.
Or did he step out of bounds? Yeah, stepping out of bounds on his shot. So shot didn't count. Not that he made it anyway. But coming up the court now is Lambda. It's Thomas McMahon being the quarterback. McMahon drives to his left, pulls up, shot, deep 2, and just misses. Rebound, snagged in there by Owen Myers, and he makes it 5-0. Lambda now, or FIJI, excuse me now, driving in, trying to get the first points was Sneed, and Lambda just all over it in the paint.
Overoth also trying to get the putback, can't nail it, and it's an early 2-possession hole for him.
McGaw tries to drive, and he gets pickpocketed. FIJI with their first created turnover of the game. As driving for FIJI now is number 15. He dumps it off to Sneed, and it's 5-2 Lambda as FIJI gets their first points of the night. First slow approach here we've seen as Valarapali brings it up for Lambda. He's going to stop up in the middle, tries to force one in to Owen Myers, and just misses him going out of bounds. It's FIJI ball. 1-possession game.
Yeah, and so far it's going to play out like every single game whether it's basketball, football, or whatever. It's who can limit the mistakes the most. Right now, Fiji is making a lot of mistakes and can't afford to have these missed shots, but Lambda making one there. We'll see if Fiji can make them pay.
Parker, top G Overoth, dumps it out to Dylan Krokvich, and it's just too long as McGow, spin move the other way, dumps it out. This one's Valarapalli. Valarapalli, no-look pass to McGaw in the paint, and he finishes. That height is just going to be a huge advantage going late into this game.
Back to that two-possession lead, and Fiji looking to drop that one.
With it now is Carson Ziegler. He puts up a three. This one's just left. Rebound snagged in there by Lambda. That's Thomas McMahon. McMahon dumps one off. This one goes to Myers, and he's fouled on the shot. Actually, no, he gets called for a charge.
And a lot of frat boys in the crowd, and I believe that's the Lambda crowd, not too happy with that call.
I wouldn't be surprised if we hear that all night about every foul in this game, as the man who calls himself Top G, Parker Overoth, takes it up for Fiji. Overoth dumps it out. This time it's Sneed. Sneed back to Overoth. Then he steps out again. That's the second three-point shot from that corner that just is faulty on the stepping out of bounds.
Yeah, they gotta clean it up. They're within 5. They're within reach. Only about 5.5 minutes into this first quarter, and if they want to stay in that position, they need to clear up those mistakes.
McMahon sends one in to Myers. Myers drives, but he won't finish. Fiji on the rebound, and up comes Overoth. Overoth tries to drive on McGow. He finishes. Beats the big reach of McGow.
And just a beautiful little Euro to get there and lay it up.
Sneed now trying to snake into the middle, and he is fouled. It will be an inbound for Lambda.
Yeah, McGough with the reach, textbook, and nobody calling after that one.
With how quick Lambda started that offense, you'd think that they'd have a little bit more than 7 points, but just a couple of faulty plays, and downtown shot comes from Valarapalli, and he just sends one long. Fiji now able to tie it up or make it a one-point game, and another error as it's off the knee of Robert Sneed. And it's out of bounds. Oh, they call it out of bounds on Lambda. So this will be Fiji ball.
Fiji possibly gifted with one there. They need to have it pay.
Yeah, they need to convert and capitalize with. Could have been a gift there from the ref as dumping it off. It's Feist. Now to the corner. That's Overoth. He's going to send it into the middle and blocked by McGow. And rebound falls to Campbell Hovind. Hovind snakes to the middle. Fouled as he goes up for the lay. And he'll go to the line for two.
Good job. Just, either he hits it or he don't, and he's gonna get the foul there from the shooting. But a chance to end this long drought for Lambda and extend this lead to 2 possessions.
First one just long. Substitution made for Fiji. Coming in the game is Kyle Nguyen. They call him Nugget. And Hovind will shoot his second. Hovind misses both. Still a one-possession game for Fiji. And Hovind fouls really quick there on Overoth.
Yeah, just can't afford to do that. Hoping that anger doesn't take advantage of him in this one.
Yeah, getting late game is what seems to already be a contact-heavy game. Deep three is just long off the fingers of Overoth. And rebound goes to Fiji. Second try there. That one's put home by Jake Porter, the big man on Fiji.
Yeah, Porter, the big man, set up a screen on Hovind, and then getting the putback. He boxed him out twice on that play.
Downtown shot, and just long again. It's Campbell Hovind again with the shot. Fiji moving up the other way with numbers, but a nice defensive play by Thomas McMahon will send it out of bounds. Fiji check in.
And it's getting loud in DFA. I think this is louder than any ASU men's basketball game.
Maybe besides that one last night, but
yeah.
Otherwise, I completely agree with you. With it now is Overath. Overath drives, slices into the middle, can't finish on his jelly opportunity. And this one falls out of bounds off FIJI. Lambda ball the other way.
Yeah, FIJI wasn't going to get another out-of-bounds call similar to the one earlier. Great defense by Lambda. But is it too much to ask for a coach ejection tonight like we saw Bill Self?
Never know. As Logan McGaw is going to try to drive here. Fouled on the shot. He's going to put up 2 as we draw near the end of the first quarter of play here at DFA. Looks like this will definitely run us out till the end of the quarter. As McGaw with a chance to make it a 2-possession game on this second shot. Oh, excuse me. Bad math there. Make it a 3-point game. Or they're not giving him another shot?
No, a timeout called for the time being. Lambda looking like they want to reorganize some things. They had that very long drought that allowed FIJI to stay close. And right now it's defense reigning supreme. It's 8-6. It's going to be single digit for both sides. And in a 10-minute quarter intramural basketball game, you'd expect a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely a slower start than what we expected, as Lambda was firing right out the gate with that nice play, the dunk by McGow.
Of course, offense could end up reigning supreme by the end. I know it was a very electric fourth quarter just a few moments ago between Sexy 6-7 and Full Court Precedent, the latter of which coming away with the victory for the Downtown Phoenix Intramural Championship.
Seems like, yeah, FIJI called that timeout, maybe trying to get an extra shot up before the end of the quarter. As the 6 seconds start to roll off the clock, they will get another shot. This one from Overath, and that one is just wide, and that will wrap up the first quarter of play here at DFA. The Lambda Chi student section is letting FIJI hear it right now. Up 2 at the end of 1.
Live from DFA, start of the second period, it's Lambda Chi taking on FIJI. Chi leads 8-6. FIJI will start with it. With me, Liam Cohan. I'm Cash Money Versailles, live from Desert Financial. And FIJI starting things off here. Overath out in that right corner, driving, step back. Will get it out to his man, number 4. That's Kirkovich to the top of the key, back to Overath. Rath driving, can't get it. Hovind with the D board. And had the alley-oop to lead things off in this one, but he's fallen quiet lately.
I'm not sure how much I like the style of play coming from FIJI, as they keep trying to drive on McGough. Such a big body, you're not going to get many opportunities doing so.
Great offensive board, gonna find his man. can't lay it. It's Myers.
Out of bounds called against Fiji. This will be Lambda ball.
And the second chance opportunities for Lambda Chi in the first minute could pay dividends here. From that right wing, pulling up for three, can't sink it, but he'll get his own offensive board. That was Valerapalli. That one, another three, can't lay it. That's Hovind. Overath kicks it out on that left side, another miss. Fighting for it, Hovind with the board. With the miss was J. Robert Sneed. Has a wide open man, but can't lay it. McMahon was all alone.
That's one he's going to want back.
Sneed for three, can't lay it. McGough will lose it, but he gets the board. Will he pull up for another three? McMahon out to Hovind. Hovind driving, spin move, put back, can't get it.
I'm not sure the last time we saw points go on this board.
Open space for Sneed, almost ran out of bounds, gets it to his man Overath between his legs, some shove, and out of bounds, and it's going the way of Lambda Chi. Looked like it might have been out of bounds on Myers.
This could be the feistiest start to a quarter, seeing no points in the first 2.5 minutes I've ever seen.
2.5 minutes in.
No one's reached the 10-point mark, and we're almost halfway through the second.
Pauly out to, I'm not even going to try and pronounce Peter's last name, but we'll call him Pistol Pete. Finds McMahon at the top. Over to the right, it's Hovind. Near that corner, finds Pauly. Left wing, driving up. Drives back to Hovind, but it's tipped, and it's going to go out of bounds. Lambda Chi loses it. Fiji will take possession.
Looks like Joshua Brandenburg got a hand on there, and I think he knew he got a hand on there too as he was laughing on his way down to the court. But nonetheless, Fiji's granted the ball.
Starting with it is Sneed. Driving, that one's off the side of McGough. Still handled by Brandenburg. Out to that right side, the side. And he tries to inbound it, does get it to McGough. Finds his man Hovind on that left side. The gap closed. Finds Pistol Pete, back out to Hovind on that left corner. The left wing three, and her first points of the second quarter. 3.5 minutes in, it's Lambda, and finally a team reaches double digit.
That's our first three-pointer of the night that we've seen, and it came probably just after 20 attempts of the day.
Here is Sneed, can't lay it up. Pauly finds Hovind on the cut, can't put it up, off the backboard and rebounded by Nguyen. Nguyen's finding space. That one lobbed, McMahon is there. Hovind is just gonna walk this one up and slam it down. Big play by Hovind and a timeout as Lambda's looking to run away with it. Actually, that's now 6 unanswered for Lambda. And Fiji is losing momentum fast.
Fiji had a pretty quick start here. They were getting lots of shots up, getting some rebounds, but they have just yet to been able to capitalize. And I think it just all comes back to trying to drive here on Logan McGough. That's such a big body that you don't really want to try to test as much as they are doing tonight. Fiji's not the biggest team, and even where they do have size in Jake Porter, they're not getting him in the paint to get more opportunities and second chance opportunities at that.
They will possibly get a chance here, or McGough, also known as Bigfoot, will stay in. It looked like they were going to bring in Jack Hickman, but he will sit on the bench. Pauly will come out as Fiji, after the timeout, starting with this one. The step back after the stiff arm, and he gets it. The fadeaway teardrop from Parker Overath.
Beautiful finish there from Overath. He is looking to start some momentum for Fiji.
A three from that right wing is through. Thomas McMahon.
Foul called down low. A little push foul here that's coming on Peter Milosavljevic. So Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete. Now you see why I didn't want to take a shot at that.
That's a tongue twister and a half.
Milosavljevic? Savljevic? I don't know. But here's Overath from the top for three. Sinks it! Fiji's within 5 as we're just seeing a downpour of threes in Tempe. The nice drive, and McMahon off the top of the backboard and through as offense finally coming out to play. Some good press. Finds Wynn on that right corner. Trying to drive. Drops back. Finds Ziegler. Ziegler over to Overath. Rath fighting. Spin move. Loses it. Who's going to come up with it? It's rolling out. No, it won't. Overath recovers. Driving out. Gets it to Wynn. Wynn. Air ball off the head of Porter. And then another miss from Ziegler.
What a hectic play down low and not even hitting the rim once.
Anything that could go wrong did, and it's going to result in an Owen McGough 2 just wide open under the bucket. I believe the assist from McMahon as Lambda up 20-11. Still only 3 possessions. Things not out of reach. Gets a good screen from Porter. 4-3 in and out. Can't get it. Hovine with the board. He's driving the ISO over to McGough. Puts it up. Had 4 to enter this quarter. I believe he's now got 6 in this one. That's actually, I believe that is 6 now in the quarter for McGough as he's the first to double-digit points today. Wynn on that left wing. Finds at the top Ziegler. Over to the right side with Porter. Sinks the 3.
Wow, leaving Jake Porter open the whole game. And then he puts up his first 3 and sinks it. We'll see if Logan McGough starts to step up on the big body outside of the arc.
That one, a jumper mid-range, does not fall for McMahon. And on that right side, it's Overath. Overath trying to drive, drops back against Pistol Pete, up the middle, and they might call that. They will. And they're going to call jump ball as Ziegler made a drive, almost lost it, but some good fight from Lambda Chi, and they'll get possession here. An opportunity for substitutions. Out comes Clayton Childs for Lambda Chi, and back in comes Pauly. Meanwhile, in for Fiji is Daniel Feist. So here's Pauly on that right wing. He loves to shoot the 3 so far, but this time he's going to drive to the bucket. The reverse lay puts it up, and Lambda Chi leads by 10 with under 2 minutes to go.
Fiji's looking to maybe get another offensive burst. That last one was sparked by Overath. They got to get it to another hot hand.
The fadeaway does not fall for Crnkovic.
Yeah, Overath not on the court for them, so they need someone to step up big.
McMahon had a lane, but it's closed quickly by J. Robert Sneed from the right side from Pistol Pete. Sinks it. And another 3 for Lambda Chi. As it's Monsunen out here at DFA. Finds Nguyen on that right wing. Driving. And they're going to call the foul on the floor on Pistol Pete.
There's a lot of smack talking going on between the 2 student sections of Fiji and Lambda, just making this game even more exciting than it has
Nearly
been so
the
far.
5-second. Here's Porter, puts it up and does not fall. McGough with the board. And he ain't called Bigfoot for no reason, and a miss on the oop. McMahon was going back to Hovine for another. They wanted to send a message. The clock's still running. There's just over 20 to go, and Fiji likely to get the last possession in this first half.
We've seen crazier, though, in this game. So
that one mid-range, can't get it to fall. He'll Rebound his own one, and that one blocked by Villalpalli. Hovind with 5 seconds to go. Gets it out. Finds Pistol Pete. Can't get it to sink. So J. Robert Sneed's pair of misses almost cost them dearly for Fiji, but can't get them to fall. But a huge quarter, 19 scored for Lambda Chi, and only 8 for Fiji as they now trail by 13 here. And so far, we've seen a slew of scoring from mainly it's McGough, it's Hovind, McMahon scored some, but on the other side, on the other side, it's Overath and Porter. What do you think the strategy needs to be for both sides heading into the second half?
I would love to see for Lambda to just get Logan McGough a little more involved down in the paint. I know he's got 8 points so far, but they've come from pretty easy plays, and if he gets involved more in the paint, it's just an easy bucket. They don't have the height to guard him, and as we've seen, most of the points here for Lambda have come in the paint. That's obviously besides the couple of three-pointers that were hit by Hovind and then one by Villalpalli. But other than that, Lambda's been playing a really solid game. Flipping the other side of the ball, though, I just think that they have to eliminate the drive and pull up some mid-range shots, just to try to avoid the big man in Logan McGough.
Absolutely. More from DFA after this. Cash Money Versailles with
Liam Cohen.
Liam Cohen. For Inferno TV, we'll be right back for ASU Intramural.
And welcome back to DFA Desert Financial Arena as we sit waiting for the second half to start. It is 27-14 in favor of Lambda over Fiji. I'm here with Cash Money Versailles. And Cash, what have you seen so far?
Man, it's just there's been a lot of mistakes from both sides. Of course, Fiji making a majority of them, and that's largely why they're trailing by about the amount they've scored. It's going to be insurmountable by the degree that they've scored, but they've got a lot of work ahead of them. Lambda just needs to keep their foot on the gas.
Yeah, we'll see here as dribbling in is number 10 for Fiji. That was Ziegler. Ziegler's going to dump it off to Overath. And he's going to splash one from downtown. A good start, a needed start for Fiji. Slowing things down now for Lambda is Thomas McMahon. McMahon, during halftime, was just splashing 3 after 3. I think he had a good 5 in a row. He's going to pull up one. McMahon from downtown. His streak ends there as that one falls out of bounds. Lambda ball.
Yeah, Lambda really took advantage of the 3 ball in that second period. A large reason as to why they put up a whole 19 in that one. Not a half 19, a full 19 in the second period. A big reason why they lead so largely here.
Overath tries to find his man, Joshua Brandenburg, who they call Gronk. But that one is tipped out of bounds, and it is Fiji ball to Brandenburg. Brandenburg working into the paint, kicks out. This is Overath. Overath drives. He's going to try to find his way to the hoop. He's fouled. They're going to say on the shot, they're giving him 2.
Yeah, and Overath, the team leader in points so far. I think that's now 10 for him today with a chance to make it 12 as he heads to the line. The first one to double digits today single-handedly.
He's one of 3 point scorers on the night for Fiji. Just, I guess, not a widespread team here. Just really depending on Overath, Porter, and Sneed has had his own layup on the night as he's going to get to 11 points here. It is 27-18, 9-point game. Bringing it up for Lambda is Valarapali.
And Fiji's just lack of ball movement to a lot of their depth guys. Having to run through those top 3, it's not going to pay out well for them.
Valarapali kicks out and doesn't take the shot. That was Owen Myers. Valarapali drives himself. He won't finish. Myers on the rebound. Myers kicks out. Deep 3. Won't connect. That one's off the hand of McMahon. And now finishing one off here is Owen Myers. 29-18 Lambda.
And number 5 pays off with the 5th second chance of that possession right there.
Yeah.
Making every single one of them count.
Not a high percentage make shots on the game, but definitely a lot of shots being put up and a lot of good offensive rebounds coming for Lambda. And it's making Fiji pay. Porter with it. Porter's going to dump it off to Overath. Overath drives, kicks out to Brandenburg. Brandenburg for 3. Won't go. And McGough on the rebound. He is going to find McMahon. McMahon, step back, mid-range. It's just short. Rebound goes to Brandenburg. And taking it up is Overath for Fiji.
Fiji's getting opportunities here to get close, and that right there, one of them. They're going to call that on Owen Myers. It's going to stay with Fiji, and if they can, like I've said time and time again, as Pistol Pete getting ready to come in, if Fiji can take advantage of the mistakes from Lambda Chi, then they'll be in very good position. They trail 11 here with 6 minutes to go in the third, and it's not completely impossible.
It's definitely not impossible. They just got to do the right things and hopefully get some more defensive rebounds. Step back, fade away. Won't connect there. It was a mid-range shot from J. Robert Sneed. And here comes Lambda the other way. In the hands of Valarapali. He's going to snake to the middle. Behind the back pass to Myers. Myers fouled on his way up. 2 shots coming here for Owen Myers.
Myers, I believe, 1 for 2 on the night from the line. As he had those 2 towards the end of the first, he'll head back and look to increase this lead to as much as 13, which would be a 5-possession game. He sinks the first one.
Owen Myers makes this a 12-point deficit for Fiji. Fiji needs a strike of points coming as there is running clock up until the last 2 minutes of this game. So time just ticks and ticks away. Up at the top of the arc is Ziegler. Ziegler is going to dump it off into the middle. This one is Krovich, and he won't connect. Lambda ball yet again.
Srnkovic, some good physicality there, unable to get it with the spin move.
Valeropali drives, kicks it out. Driving now is Ziegler. Ziegler back out to McGough. McGough, spin move, and he finishes.
And that big man has a lot of useful agility. It comes in very useful in the paint. We see there with the spin move, able to find some open space.
J. Robert Sneed for three. That one won't go. It's caught by McGough. McGough sends one up to McMahon. McMahon into the paint. This one's picked off by Porter. A needed turnover for Fiji. As coming the other way for Fiji is J. Robert Sneed. Sneed dumps one off to Ziegler. Ziegler to Porter. Pump fake for three. Just long. Rebound. Not corralled by Fiji. Bounced around, and Valeropali, he's going to drive and take an easy two. Fiji now extending their lead to 16 points. Lambda.
It's not looking good for Fiji. You were talking about how this earlier, that Lambda, it's one of the best. And that's the reason they're here. That's the reason they lead by 16 with 3.5 to go, is Hovind coming in for Valeropali. And you got to imagine some of these guys are really tired for Fiji.
Yeah, especially the big names that we've been mentioning all night, because they have had not that many point scorers, as putting one in the basket is J. Robert Sneed there. Cuts the lead down to 14. Sneed gets his 4th point of the night.
Interesting choice there not to get it out to a wide open win on that right wing.
They haven't had the best luck on those 3-point shots, as McGough corrals a rebound and finishes one off. This one gets back to 16. McGough notches his 12th point of the night.
McGough continuing to use that big frame of his to box out defenders.
Ball picked off here and sent up the court. Krnokovic, he's going to slam one home. That's his 2nd dunk of the night. He is a momentum shifter as Overath.
That was actually Hovind with the slam.
Was it?
Yeah, because it was Lambda.
Oh, wrong side.
I was like, Srnkovic?
Dunk on his own hoop, maybe. Overath goes to the line after being fouled on his shot. Little photographer action going on in the Lambda student section. I've been told that's Thomas McMahon's personal videographer.
What, on the Lambda side?
Yeah, that guy is his personal videographer. Making him a mixtape of some sort for frat basketball.
You know what, I think I need to start following Lambda Kai on Instagram just to see that hype edit.
Seems like he was clip farming over the intermission as he was just putting up threes and trying to get the Lambda crowd hype. But nonetheless, free throw missed, and it's in the hands of Thomas McMahon, the man himself. Now it's McGough. McGough dumps one off. This one is to Pistol Pete. He finishes, and we have a 20-point game in favor of Lambda. Dicing the other way is Parker Overath. He finishes. He gets up to 13 on the night. A nice fast-paced game we're getting here as McMahon, he dices to the middle. He's going to kick out. 3-pointer coming here for Hovind, and that one's long. Rebound corralled by Sneed. Sneed now trying to get some quick points as they need to cut this deficit, but he will not convert. Driving now is Hovind. Hovind spin move, blocked by Porter.
Big one by Porter. It's going to put his team in a good advantage.
And one called. Or they're going to call offensive foul. Overath gets called on the charge. Drawn there by the big man himself, Logan McGough. And they're going to check in to the man himself, Thomas McMahon, looking to add to his highlight reel that might exist in this game. McGough, 12 on the clock. He's going to hit McMahon. McMahon checks the clock. He looks like he's going to be the one to kill this clock. He works in, step back three from downtown. Never a chance as McGough tries to put it up on a 360 shot from behind the backboard. It won't go. We have a 40-24 lead in favor of Lambda Chi with just 8 minutes of running clock and 2 minutes of stoppage of clock left in today's game. We will catch you guys in the fourth quarter.
Welcome back. Inferno TV covering ASU Frat Intramural Championship Basketball live from Desert Financial. With me, Liam Cohan. I'm Cashman Versailles. Start of the fourth period between Lambda Chi and FIJI. And Lambda Chi leads 40-22 at the start of the fourth period. A big lead as Owen McGough from that right wing can't get it to fall. Myers almost getting the board, but it will fall the way of Carson Ziegler. FIJI looking to make some magic. Gets away from Ziegler, but ends up gathering it at the top. And that one's stolen. He's going for it. Wide open lane. Can't slam it. Just went a little too far from Valerapalli. It was wide open, but trying a little too hard. But the mid-range jumper from J. Robert Sneed gets the scoring started in this fourth period.
Lambda student section playing mind games with FIJI as they have started to root for FIJI. They got crazy hype on that shot and a blocking foul called here down low on Krnonkovic.
Yeah, an interesting call there. Looked like he took a charge against Logan McGough, but instead they call it in favor of McGough and Lambda Chi. So here's Hovine from that left wing. He hasn't hit a three today, and he won't with that one. McMahon, nice pump fake. It's going to get away from him right in the hands of Sneed. He's got his man wide open. It's Overath for three. Can't get it to fall, and who do you know? It's McGough with the board. McGough driving, finds Hovine. McMahon on the wing, and he'll sink it. McMahon with the three. As they lead by nearly 20 here, a similar score to last night. Possibly we see a run similar to that of UK's. That one an air ball, though, from number 11, J. Robert Sneed. And I tell you what, a run similar to Kansas's from last night against ASU won't happen if they airball those threes. FIJI does stay with it. It was out of bounds on Lambda. On that right side, it's Sneed. To the top with Ziegler. Back to Sneed for three. Covering was McGough, and McGough is having a phenomenal afternoon offensively and defensively. This one can't get it up. No foul called. He was looking for it. Overath driving. Fakes, gives it, and it's up and good from Daniel Feist, and that is the first point scored by someone not named Overath, Porter, or Sneed, but that one, a slam from McGough. Overath will lose it. He'll get it back. He can't move, but now he can as he lost it again. Out to that left side. Has a wide open man on that right side. And that one off the miss from Crnkovic. McGough, they wanted the oop, but an off-target pass as Lambda aura farming, as you put it, with McMahon earlier, and a timeout called for FIJI. They'll be left with one more. And the Lambda Chi crowd, a standing O for their boys in green and their phenomenal performance so far tonight.
Lambda's just doing all the right things here, extending their lead up to 19 points. Fiji just can't catch a break. Every time they make a point, Lambda's just answering right away. And that just, like what we talked about earlier, just the fatigue is setting in for Fiji. Not much they can do in the situation where you got to stop a big man that looks around the height of, I would like to say 6'9" in what they call Bigfoot, Logan McGough. But nonetheless, we head back out to the court. It'll be Fiji ball on their own defensive side of the court.
Fiji with it. Gets it out to Win. And Win will end up giving it back to Ziegler. Here's Gronk. Out to that left side is Porter. Pump fake does not work on McGough. Here's Ziegler from the top for three. It's an air ball going out of bounds. Not what Fiji needed. Of course, they need to put up shots, but trailing 19, you need them to hit. This is a 7-possession ball game. McMahon. And Valerapalli does not look it all the way in. And
safe to say that one's not making the highlight tape for Thomas McMahon.
It is not indeed. So here's Porter at the top. Gets it to Overath. And that one a deep three. And that one does not fall. A lob for Hovind. Finds McGough. McGough saves it. Finds Hovind. Back over to Valerapalli. Over to Myers in the middle. The board offensively from McMahon. Here's Hovind on that left wing. Back to Valerapalli at the top. A little bit right. Spin move. Put up the jumper. Puts them up 21. As things continue to get away from Crnkovic and Fiji. The drive, the Euro, can't get it up for Overath.
Just pure fatigue here on the Fiji side. They cannot keep up with how fast the Lambda offense keeps moving. As when Lambda runs, Fiji can only put up a jog.
And that one's going to get away from McMahon, but Hovind, a great job of getting that. McGough with the screen. Pump fake from Hovind from the top. Once again missing the three, but there's Myers. Gets it to McMahon for three, and the team standing with him as he sinks that one to put him up 50-26.
McMahon's going to notch his 9th point of the night. As answering there's the big man in Porter.
Another one from Porter, as that's now 8 for him. Another timeout. And another break as the teams coming up next get ready. And once again, another standing O for the Lambda boys. Of course, stay tuned on Inferno TV as coming up next, 7:15 Mountain Standard Time. It'll be Dimitri Kurlik and Reese Schell taking over for the next one. Live from DFA, Lambda. Getting some cheers. This one not over yet.
Jack Hickman checks in the game. Seems to be a fan favorite for Lambda.
Hickman, here he is from the wing almost. Can't get it. McMahon, a good fight against Ziegler to get the board. As Ziegler, a nice move. Beautiful one from Overath, but it kicks off his shoe. That one will get away from McMahon, though. And they're going to say that's going to Fiji. They say Lambda touched it last. And Nguyen knew he got away with that one as he's got a big smile on his face despite the 20-point deficit. Hickman covering, and he's staying sticky on Nguyen. Can't go anywhere without his buddy holding his hand. That one an air ball, and they're cheering for that Hickman defense.
Maybe a ball don't lie play there from Nguyen as Lambda gets a quick transition play.
The three unable to fall, but the board from Clayton Childs and the putback. putting up the lay for the score.
Childs finds his name on the score sheet for the first time tonight as well.
Porter unable to get that one to fall. No reach-in foul as that one gets away from Hickman. The Euro and the miss. You can't miss with the Euro. Now that's exactly what it does. Here's Valerapalli with the slam.
I guess when you're down 25, maybe you can miss on the Euro. But otherwise, not acceptable.
Porter with the contested three, unable to get it in his face was Clayton Childs. Here's Pistol Pete. That one's going to get poked out. They're calling a reach, I believe, on Parker Overath.
Looks like Fiji, maybe their strategy here was to wait to foul until the 2-minute mark because the clock will stop.
The half-court air ball from Hickman, as he wanted every one of that. The clock won't stop, I believe, because of the deficit, as we are under 2 minutes to go. Lambda leads 25.
In case you wanted to see that beautiful shot again, here it is. Hickman looking for his first points of the night.
That one a great poke from Valerapalli. Driving his Childs. Has to get it out. Here's McMahon with the lay. Can't get it. Pistol Pete will get the board. Out for three. McMahon in the corner. He'll get a second chance. And missed time jump from number 2, Clayton Childs. Hickman again with some really good defense. Only lets up when he gets screened by Brandenburg. The lay from Overath results in a deep one. Here's Hickman for three. Can't get it to fall, but the missed dunk as well from Clayton Childs, as they're just having fun out there now. The half court, nowhere close for Brandenburg, as they're just having fun. Valerapalli going for another slam. That one misses. McMahon there for the board. They're just having fun. McMahon with a deep three. I know we'll get that one to fall. Valerapalli back out to McMahon from the wing. And they're letting that one run. Here's McMahon in the corner. Can he get it to fall? Maybe a goaltend on Valerapalli, as that one probably hurts. A deep three from Nguyen misses. So that one will go out of bounds. Clock won't stop. Will it run all the way? 2-1 inbounds, and that'll do it. A 2/3 quarter shot, almost hit. Oh my goodness, what a shot from Pistol Pete. Doesn't fall.
Was that the dagger right there?
I think, or the pitchfork, as I've heard, considering it's ASU. I think that one came way earlier for Lambda Chi. They come away with a massive one. 54-31 the final from DFA after 40 minutes of some hard-fought intramural basketball. Lambda Chi spurred on by phenomenal performances by Logan McGough and Thomas McMahon. Can't forget about Hovine's efforts. They get past Parker Overath, Dylan Sirkovich, and Jake Porter of Fiji. Perhaps we'll see them in Session B battle off for a rematch. What a game that was, Liam.
Yeah, that was an exciting game. That game started off very slow, and if you told me at the end of the first that Lambda was going to end with 54 points in the night, there was not a chance I would have believed you. They ended the first quarter with just 8, but once Lambda decided it was takeover mode, they did not look back, not one single time. And it just kind of goes to show that is Lambda maybe the best frat basketball team here at ASU, as they had an upset win in the semifinal round against the highly thought of Pike team, who is actually nationally ranked. But seems to come down to Lambda and Fiji, and Lambda takes the crown, as that'll end it for our live stream of today's game between Lambda Chi and Fiji. I have been Liam Cohane, next to Cash Money Versailles.
And make sure to stay tuned, as about 10 minutes live on Inferno TV. It's Blow the Whistle versus Kareem Cheese with Dimitri Kurlik, Reese Shell, and the rest of us at Inferno TV. Thank you for tuning in, And stay tuned for the next one on YouTube.